What's going on, YouTube? What's happening? It's Beretta 19 back at y'all with another video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit your notification bell, and drop as many comments as you can down below. Like and share video. Ooh, hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing okay and everything. Having a good day, by the way. You know, I thank God for that and everything. And I got another video uploading. I think you guys gonna like it and everything. You'll know when you get your notification of it. I ain't gonna spoil it. What I want to talk to you guys today about and everything is called private schools versus public schools. I repeat, private schools versus public schools. Let me rap with you guys for a minute here. As you guys well know and everything, I always be honest with you. I always, you know, try to tell the truth and not sit here and BS nobody. Sorry, somebody, you know, out here did something made me laugh. But here's what happened. Here's the deal. I went to public schools pretty much most of my life, you know, as far as, you know, grade school. And I don't recall going to private school or not and everything. I might have when I was younger, but definitely not when I was older. I graduated, you guys, from Warrensville High School. Shouts out to my fellow graduate, Mr. Donnie, and everything. Close friend of mine. You guys, I don't know if you guys know or not. But it's a public school. And I'm going to tell you this, something I've learned. First of all, private schools, you guys, and everything, and the more upper class schools, I should say that as well, they teach kids a certain education that they won't teach them in public schools. Public schools only teach kids and everything a certain amount of education so they can kind of keep them in their same environment. And before somebody jump and say, well, that's not true and everything, I went to public schools most of my life, so don't give me that. So I know better. And another thing about public schools, you guys, and everything, it's a larger class for the teacher to teach. I mean, you may get a teacher and everything that they don't care if you get it or not. They get the information, but they don't care if you get it or not. Whereas private schools and everything is more hands-on and it's more upbeat. Like, for example, in public schools, and I don't know if you guys know this or not and everything, but in public schools, their lunches are terrible, especially inner city. They are terrible and everything. They are terrible. The lunches that they be giving kids are unhealthy and everything. It's terrible. But you go to private schools and everything, especially I have a relative and everything, my fat-headed niece that get on my nerves. She goes to a private school and everything. She tells me all the time and everything that they get different kind of lunches. So only thing I'm telling you guys is this and everything. We all come from different walks of life. We all and everything were taught different. We all respond differently to things. But in my opinion, the public schools should be taught the same information as the private schools and more of the upper class schools. You want to make sure that kids get all the education that they need to be successful and everything. And we know, realistically speaking, sadly, that does not happen. Because private schools, they figure because they have money or they being selected or whatever the case may be and everything, that they're allowed to do this, they're allowed to do that and everything. And something else about private schools, you guys. Private schools will throw you out of the school a lot quicker than a public school would. They would throw you out. And what ends up happening and everything, sorry, I keep looking up, but vehicles keep coming in front of me. But what ends up happening and everything, the public schools and everything, they won't throw you out as fast because you're the public and you have all these schools and all these different people and everything around you in the school, where private school is a little bit different. So I'm just letting you guys know and everything. Before you send your kids to private school and everything, understand that the private school is going to be more expensive. That's because they're teaching the kids better education than the public schools are getting. That's why a lot of people want to move out in the suburbs and nice community and everything. Let me tell you something else about that. When a certain environment or a certain neighborhood want a certain kind of class of people out here, they do the same thing they always do. They raise the rent up high, and they have more credit approval or credit what is that? More credit criteria, I guess, that you have to meet and everything. I'll put it that way. You have to have certain level of criteria in order to get into the home or get into the village or gated community, whatever, and everything, because they want us to select a few people out there. And what they do and everything, the same what they do specifically in the black community and everything, and the same thing that our own people are doing to the black community. They raise the rent up high, and what they do and everything, they make it hard for you to get in there, especially depending on where you come from, what you've been through, what your track record is. They make it hard for you to get in there. However, they do affordable housing on you and everything by putting you in, as they say, the project or the hood or whatever the case may be, the area that is not good, and in school that the kids that if you have kids and everything that they would not feel comfortable going to and everything. But that rent and everything maybe only be about between $300 to $600, which is easily affordable. And then they have this thing called Section 8. They have this thing called Section 8 and everything. Section 8 is a double-edged sword. First of all, it's a government handout. I've never had a government handout, and I don't take government handouts. They don't take handouts really from anybody. But they have a government handout and everything where you pay X amount of dollars a month and everything, but what you don't realize, if you have a home and everything, you ain't doing it but making that home owner, making him rich while he's paying all that money out. But you'd be surprised, some people talking about, oh, I want my kids in the best of schools and all that and everything. Like I say, I went to a public school. I ain't turned out bad. Everything, like I say, I'm finna get into this heavy equipment operating and everything. Mark my word, I'm gonna get into it and I'm gonna achieve it and everything. So the point that I'm making is to you guys, it's not about where you're from. It's not about who raised you. It's not about who brought you in this world and everything. It's about the character of individual that you want to become. That's what it's about. So all these private schools and everything, and then some else, more fights happen in public schools than they do in private schools because there's more kids. And that's why I said they keep this certain level of education down. They also, particularly in black communities, they keep the police in the public schools. Please understand, some young black men and black women, I've said this many times before, when you get into a fight, particularly in a public school and everything, they're not calling mommy and daddy. They're calling the police. Especially if you're in middle school. You're in middle school or high school. Because their job and everything, I got to get your record on you early. That's their job. Get a record on you early. That way it make it hard for you to better yourself in the future. Remember, everything you do in your past will affect is a result of your present. Everything you do in your present will affect your future. So I'm just letting you guys know that and everything. Please be advised and pay attention to what's going on around you. Okay, don't be naive. Don't be foolish. Just be alert of what's going on around you. This is a lot of stuff that ain't right. It ain't right out here. Excuse me. So I'm just letting you know and everything. Make sure you go head on. You do what it is you need to do. Get your education. And I feel sorry for the teachers and everything who's stuck in a classroom that's full of 25 to 30 kids. If you are to me, I'm like this. I mean, I may be wrong, but if it's 30 kids in the classroom, I think one teacher should take half, the other one take half, 15, break it up. And make sure that you have a teacher, schools, you have a teacher that actually care about their education. If you have a school that's predominantly black and everything, you need predominantly black teachers. Because the white teachers and everything, not putting nothing bad on them, not making this a racial thing, but there's only but so much they can feel them on. And then you need a good strong principal and everything to make sure they keep, stuff in line out there. So I'm just letting you guys know that. Too many times and everything, too many brothers and sisters get lost in the sauce because don't nobody care. Either you get the information that I'm giving you or you don't. It's your problem. And that shouldn't be that way. So, it's Beretta 19, you guys. Think twice and everything about, how you feel about public schools and private schools. Because there's a lot that goes in it that we don't know nothing about. Remember, in public schools, they want to keep them kids in a certain box and everything. And the same thing with the private school. They want to have them. They be the one be elevated and everything, the college degrees and stuff and everything. While there's kids in public school that's barely scratching the surface when they get out of high school. So I'm just letting you guys know that. Get things together, y'all. Watch the traps out here in this world. And you know what's sad about also learning everything? Our own people are the biggest corporates. Our own black people are the biggest corporates of this stuff. All this old public pretender and all these public people and all these teachers and all that and everything, they're the main people that be behind all this stuff. So I'm just letting you know, just because somebody is period black to you don't mean they are. Just be careful. And don't get your hand caught in the cookie jar. And I ain't talking about with no woman either. If you know me well enough, you know what I'm referring to. Don't get caught in trouble. I'm telling you, you may think, oh, that's my dude, man. Oh, that's my girl, man. We the same color, we the same race. We grew up together. They helped me out. Yeah, okay. They leave your ass hanging. Might be the one that told on you. So I'm just letting you know, be careful. Take care.